My beloved friends, pay close attention, not just with your hearing, but with your spirit, your soul, the deepest place within you, because what I am about to share is something this world can never teach. I have come to release a truth so powerful, so sacred, so filled with heaven's authority that if you allow it, it will tear the chains from your heart. Listen to me today. When God is preparing to help you, He will not leave you confused or in the shadows. You will begin to notice signs, not given by people, not shaped by circumstances, but delivered by the living hand of the Almighty. We serve a God who never sleeps, a God who never looks away. His eyes remain fixed on His people. His ears stay open to their cries. Scripture reminds us that His arm is not too short to save, and His ear is not too dull to hear. And yet there are moments, yes, moments when we feel overlooked, deserted. My beloved friends, pay close attention, not just with your hearing, but with your spirit, your soul, the deepest place within you. Because what I am about to share is something this world can never teach. I have come to release a truth so powerful, so sacred, so filled with heaven's authority that if you allow it, it will tear the chains from your heart. Listen to me today. When God is preparing to help you, He will not leave you confused or in the shadows. You will begin to notice signs, not given by people, not shaped by circumstances, but delivered by the living hand of the Almighty. We serve a God who never sleeps, a God who never looks away. His eyes remain fixed on His people. His ears stay open to their cries. Scripture reminds us that His arm is not too short to save, and His ear is not too dull to hear. And yet there are moments, yes, moments when we feel overlooked, deserted, pushed aside. We pray and hear nothing. We search and find no door opening. We cry out and feel as though the heavens have hardened above us. But I tell you today, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, that just before God moves in your life, just before His breakthrough crashes in like a mighty rushing wind, you will see certain things. You will feel the tremble before the quake. You will sense the stillness before the storm of mercy. For God never comes without first preparing the way. He is a God of order, of signs, of purpose, and He does not operate in chaos. When God is about to help you, when heaven is about to invade your earth, something begins to shift in the atmosphere. Listen, the pressure you feel right now, the tension in your spirit, the battle in your mind, the tears you've been crying at midnight, those are not signs that God has forgotten you. No, they are signs that He is closer than you think. They are the contractions before your deliverance. They are the labor pains before the birth of the promise. When a woman is about to give birth, the pain increases, the contractions intensify, the pressure becomes unbearable. And it is then, just then, that the new life comes forth. Likewise, when God is about to help you, the enemy fights harder. Oh yes, he does. The devil will stir up trouble in your home. He will try to poison your thoughts. He will send confusion, distraction, even betrayal. Why? Because he senses what's coming. He sees the heavenly army marching in your direction. He hears the trumpet of God calling your name, and he is terrified. He is desperate to make you quit right before your deliverance. But I say to you, hold on. Don't let go now. You are too close to turn back. God's help often comes wrapped in discomfort. Did you hear me? I said God's help often comes in ways you didn't expect. You prayed for strength, and He gave you trials to make you strong. You asked for faith, and He led you through a storm. You cried for peace, and He taught you to trust in the middle of the fire. He does not always calm the storm, my friend. Sometimes He calms you in the storm. Sometimes He lets the wind howl and the lightning flash just to show you that His hand is stronger than the storm itself. Do you remember Joseph? Before God helped Joseph, he was betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, lied on, imprisoned, forgotten. But each of those trials was a sign that heaven was orchestrating something great, a sign that what the enemy meant for evil, God was turning for good. You see, Joseph's hardship was not proof of abandonment. It was the evidence of divine promotion in process. When God is about to help you, He often allows everything around you to fall apart, not to destroy you, but to remove the false supports you've been leaning on. He will strip away your idols. He will tear down your pride. He will expose what you trusted more than Him. Why? So that when He lifts you up, no one can say it was man's doing. So that when He comes through, there is no doubt in your mind that it was the Lord who made the way. Yes, friend, when God is about to help you, things may look worse before they look better. But that's the sign. That's the clue. That's the divine fingerprint. God does not rescue you from a situation. He rescues you in it. He walks into your fire like He did with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He joins you in the lion's den like He did with Daniel. He steps into the storm like He did with the disciples and says, "Peace, be still." And do you know what else happens when God is about to help you? People begin to leave. Oh, I know that hurts. I know how lonely it feels. But hear me, there are some people who cannot go where God is taking you. There are some relationships that must be severed so that your destiny can be born. God will prune your life so that you can bear more fruit. He will shake your tree so the dead branches fall off. He will remove the props so that your only support is Him. And let me tell you something else. When God is about to help you, you will feel a holy restlessness. You won't be able to settle. The things that used to satisfy you won't satisfy you anymore. The places you used to go won't fit you anymore. The people you used to run with won't understand you anymore. Why? Because God is stirring your spirit. He is unsettling your comfort zone. He is calling you out of the boat so you can walk on water. You will begin to dream differently. You will begin to pray differently. You will feel a fire shut up in your bones. You will feel like something is coming, but you don't know what. That's the Spirit of God preparing you. That's the voice of the Lord saying, "Get ready. I'm about to move." And I declare to you today, if you don't give up, if you don't faint, if you hold on just a little longer, you will see it with your own eyes. God is not a man that He should lie. If He said He will help you, then help is coming. If He said He will deliver you, then deliverance is on the way. You don't need to figure it out. You just need to believe. You don't need to control the outcome. You just need to trust the one who holds the outcome in His hand. Because when God decides to help you, nothing and no one can stop Him. He does not ask for permission. He does not check with your past. He does not consult your resume. He does not need man's approval. When God moves, He moves with power. When God helps, He helps with glory. And when God lifts you, He lifts you so high that people who once looked down on you will not even be able to recognize you. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not defeated. You are not stuck. You are in transition. You are in preparation. You are in the holy hallway between the cry and the answer, between the seed and the harvest, between the pain and the promise. Don't despise this season. Don't curse the process. Because when God is about to help you, He allows a breaking before the blessing. He allows a shaking, and you will know it's Him. You will know not by the absence of trouble, but by the increase of grace. You will know because in the middle of your darkest night, there will be a light. In the middle of your despair, there will be a peace that doesn't make sense. In the middle of your lack, there will be provision you can't explain. That's how God helps supernaturally, undeniably. When God is about to help you, your faith will come under fire like never before. I'm not talking about the kind of faith that's comfortable when the bills are paid, the job is secure, and your health is intact. I'm talking about the kind of faith that holds on when everything is falling apart. The kind of faith that stands still when all of hell is coming against you. The kind of faith that looks the devil in the eye and says, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." You see, real faith doesn't flourish in the sunlight. Real faith is forged in the fire. It is in the furnace of affliction that your faith is purified. And when God is about to help you, He allows that fire to burn a little hotter. Not to destroy you, but to prepare you for the weight of the glory that's coming. Because you cannot carry divine breakthrough with weak faith. You cannot handle heaven's blessings with an untested spirit. God is not just interested in giving you help, He is interested in giving you strength. There is a holy war over your destiny, my friend. There is a battle in the unseen realm. Every time you kneel to pray, the enemy is not fighting you because of where you are. He is fighting you because of where you're going. He is attacking you not because you are weak, but because heaven has placed power inside you. There's a calling on your life that threatens the kingdom of darkness. There is a purpose in you that shakes hell itself. That's why the pressure has intensified. That's why you've been walking through a season that feels like silence. It's not the absence of God, it's the nearness of your help. You're in the tension of transition. And transitions are messy. Transitions are painful. But transitions are necessary. Before God brings you into the promised land, He has to bring Egypt out of you. Before He places the crown on your head, He has to teach you to carry the cross. Because the help God is sending is not temporary relief. It is eternal transformation. He's not just getting you out of the pit. He's preparing you to sit on the throne. He's not just calming your storm. He's teaching you how to command the winds in the future. Oh, don't you dare let your eyes fool you. Don't judge your future by what you see right now. For we walk by faith and not by sight. God is doing more behind the scenes than you could ever imagine. He is arranging divine connections. He is orchestrating supernatural timing. He is speaking your name in rooms you've never entered to people you've never met. Your help is being crafted in the courts of heaven, forged in divine fire, and scheduled to arrive at the exact moment you need it. Not early, not late, right on time. And let me tell you something that will shake you awake. When God is about to help you, He often isolates you. You will feel misunderstood. You will feel invisible. You will feel like your prayers are hitting the ceiling. But that isolation is divine. It is in the wilderness where God reveals Himself. It is in the cave that the whisper of God becomes clear. It is in the solitary place that the oil begins to flow. God speaks loudest in the quiet. And sometimes He must remove the noise of the crowd so you can hear the whisper of His will. Do not despise the hidden seasons. Do not curse the cave. Do not run from the silence. That's where God does His deepest work. That's where He shifts your identity. That's where He breaks chains that no man can see. When God is about to help you, He doesn't build you on stages. He builds you in secret. He doesn't anoint you in palaces. He anoints you in the pasture, like David. And when the time is right, He brings you forward, not by man's invitation, but by divine appointment. Yes, there are signs that God is about to help you, but they are not always the signs you expect. They are not the applause of men or the open doors you dreamed of. Sometimes the sign is the closing of every door you thought would open. Sometimes it's the betrayal of a friend you trusted. Sometimes it's the breaking of your own strength so that you can finally lean on His. Because God does not share His glory when He helps you. He does it in a way that makes it unmistakably clear this was the hand of the Lord and not the work of man. And when that help comes, when it breaks through your midnight, when it floods into your dry land, when it lifts you out of the ashes, it won't just be enough to sustain you. It will overflow. God doesn't do half measures. When He sends help, it will be pressed down, shaken together, and running over. You won't just come out. You'll come out with power. You won't just be healed. You'll become a healer. You won't just be restored. You'll carry restoration for others. But hear me, beloved. Before the help comes, there must be a surrender. Not partial, not convenient, total. God does not pour His power into vessels that are already full of pride, fear, or self-reliance. He is looking for empty jars. He is looking for hearts that say, "Not my will, but yours be done." He is drawn to the broken, the humble, the desperate, because those are the ones who know that if God doesn't show up, it's over. And that's the kind of faith He honors. That's the kind of posture He responds to. If you've been walking through darkness, don't quit now. If you've been fighting in the valley, don't lay down your sword. If the fire has been hotter, if the tears have been more frequent, if the silence has been deafening, rejoice. Yes, I said rejoice, because the enemy doesn't fight where there is no threat. He doesn't attack what doesn't matter. The intensity of your battle is a prophecy of your breakthrough. The size of your storm is a measure of the size of your help. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit right now? That's not emotion. That's not hype. That's the Spirit of the living God confirming to you that help is on the way. That something is shifting, that something is breaking, that something is rising in you that cannot be explained. Heaven is leaning in. Angels are being dispatched. The earth is groaning with anticipation because a child of God is about to step into their divine season. You are not forgotten in the shadows. You are not buried. You are planted. And the help that's coming will not just lift you out, it will establish you. It will validate the promises God made to you when no one else was listening. It will silence the voices that mocked your faith. It will bring glory to the name of the Lord through your life. You're not just being helped, you're being positioned for purpose. God's help is not survival, it's victory. He's not coming to bandage your wounds, He's coming to heal you from the inside out. He's not just paying your bills, He's teaching you to walk in abundance. He's not just saving your marriage, He's building it into a testimony of resurrection power. What you're walking through now is not the end of your story. It's the setting for God's glory to explode into your life like fire from heaven. Oh, I wish I could show you what's on the other side of this storm. I wish you could see what God is preparing in secret. But you must walk by faith. You must trust that even in the silence, God is still speaking. Even in the delay, God is still working. Even in the pain, God is still perfecting His will in you. Help is coming, child of God. It's closer than you think. And when it arrives, you will look back on every sleepless night, every tear-stained pillow, every lonely prayer, and you'll say, it was worth it. It was all worth it. When God is about to help you, He will test your loyalty. Not because He doesn't know your heart, but because He wants you to know it. He wants you to see what you're made of. He wants you to discover what remains when everything else is stripped away. In the moments before divine assistance arrives, there comes a moment of decision. Will you trust Him when nothing makes sense? Will you believe Him when the report is bad? Will you follow Him when the path disappears beneath your feet? We love to talk about blessings, but we forget that before every blessing, there is a choice to be made. Abraham had to choose to leave everything behind and walk into a land he had never seen. Moses had to choose to return to the place of his greatest failure and face Pharaoh. Esther had to choose to risk her life for a people who didn't even know she was their hope. And Jesus chose the cross not because it was easy, not because it felt good, but because He trusted the will of the Father more than the comfort of the moment. And when you are standing on the edge of your breakthrough, God will ask you to choose to stand. Choose to obey. The help of God doesn't always look like help in the beginning. Sometimes it looks like loss. Sometimes it looks like rejection. Sometimes it looks like doors slamming in your face. But every closed door is a redirection. Every rejection is a setup for something greater. Every heartbreak is hollowing out a deeper place in you where His power can reside. What you think is God withholding from you may be God protecting you. He sees the end from the beginning. He knows what you don't. And sometimes the greatest help He can give you is to say no to what you thought you needed. There is a peculiar pain that comes just before heaven opens. It's the ache of knowing something is coming, but not knowing when. It's the frustration of doing everything right and still seeing nothing change. But let me tell you this, the wait is part of the miracle. The wait strengthens your spirit. The wait silences the noise. The wait sharpens your focus. God is not punishing you with delay. He is preparing you for destiny. Because when He moves, it will be so sudden, so swift, so supernatural, that you will need every ounce of strength you gained in the waiting room just to carry the blessing. You see, God doesn't just want to get you out of your crisis. He wants to make you dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. That's why He doesn't rush the process. That's why He doesn't always answer on your timetable, because He's not raising spoiled children. He's raising warriors. He's raising prophets. He's raising deliverers. He's raising men and women who will walk into enemy territory with authority and declare, "Thus saith the Lord." He's raising people who know how to stand when others fall. People who have scars but still sing. People who have been through the fire and didn't bow, didn't break, didn't burn. When God is about to help you, you will begin to see through spiritual eyes. The veil will begin to lift. The things that used to confuse you will start to make sense. You'll look back at the pain and see purpose. You'll look back at the loss and see how it cleared space for what was better. You'll understand why that person had to leave, why that job didn't work out, why that door never opened. God is not random. He is not careless. He is sovereign. And even when it looks like nothing is happening, something is happening. God is a master craftsman. He is building something eternal inside of you. something that cannot be shaken by opinion, cannot be stolen by the enemy, cannot be dimmed by the darkness of this world. And when the help of God arrives, it confirms what your spirit already knew, that you were never alone, that the silence wasn't abandonment, it was strategy, that the delay wasn't denial, it was divine alignment, that the fire wasn't punishment, it was preparation. If you want to know when help is near, look for the enemy's desperation. When the devil throws everything at you, when the battles come back to back, when discouragement follows you like a shadow, when your mind is filled with lies, fear, confusion, that's not a sign to give up. That's a sign to dig in. That's when you lift your hands and say, I still believe. That's when you fall on your knees and say, God, even now I trust you. Because faith in the fire is the kind of faith that moves the heart of God. I'm telling you, some of you are closer than you think. You're right on the verge. The night is almost over. The sky is beginning to shift. The enemy knows it. That's why he's trying to break you now. That's why your thoughts have been under attack. That's why you've been more weary than usual, more anxious than normal. He's trying to get you to surrender before the breakthrough arrives. Don't you give him that satisfaction. Don't you let the one who never created you determine your future. The same God who brought you this far is the God who will carry you the rest of the way. When God is about to help you, you will feel a holy boldness rise up inside of you, a divine courage that defies the facts, a confidence that doesn't come from your own strength, but from knowing that He who promised is faithful. That boldness is not arrogance. It is spiritual clarity. It is the voice of the Spirit within you saying, stand firm. You were made for this. The battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. There will be moments when you feel unqualified. Moments when you look at your flaws, your failures, your past, and wonder why God would ever choose you. But let me remind you, He never called the qualified. He qualifies the called. He chose David when he was still a shepherd. He called Moses though he stuttered. He used Paul even with blood on his hands. And if He's calling you, it's not because of what you've done. It's because of who He is. So lift up your head, square your shoulders, set your eyes on the hills from where your help comes. It's coming, and it's coming with fire, with justice, with healing, with restoration, with recompense. What you lost will not compare to what is being returned. What the locusts ate, God will restore. What the enemy stole, God will repay. What you thought was over, God is about to resurrect. This is not the time to quit. This is not the time to entertain doubt or dance with fear. This is the time to hold fast to the promise. This is the time to remind your soul of who your God is. He is not just the God of the mountaintop. He is the God of the blessing. He is the God who walks with you through the battle. And when He shows up in glory, in power, in fullness. Can you feel it? Can you sense the shift in the atmosphere? That's not emotion. It's the Spirit of God awakening your hope. That's not wishful thinking. It's divine anticipation. That's your spirit responding to the nearness of heaven's help. The same God who parted the Red Sea, the same God who rained manna from the sky, the same God who re-raised Lazarus from the dead. He is with you right now, and He has not changed. When God is about to help you, He often allows your strength to fail so that His power can be revealed. You see, we don't always recognize divine help when we're still leaning on human solutions. We don't cry out with urgency when we think we still have options. But when the walls close in, when the resources run dry, when the people you depended on disappear, that's when heaven leans in. That's when the Almighty says, now I can show you what I can do. God does not wait for you to have every answer in place. He waits until you reach the limit of your own strength, because only there can you truly step into the beginning of who God is. When your hands fall open in surrender, His mighty hand rises in response. When you finally confess,